Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Wednesday, January 22nd, 8 p.m. Mountain Time 2020. The models are showing the northeast is the pattern winner, but a southern storm in the first week of February could bring another Iguana Apocalypse to the south and heavy snow in West Virginia and Kentucky. Keep calm. It's boom time. The night the iguanas fell, cold snap chills Florida, and now Iguana Meat is up for sale. As predicted, the chicken of the trees fell from the skies, and now you can buy some eviscerated, skinned carcasses. Take a look. $1. Iguana tacos, anyone? Wintry Mess targets central U.S. into the late weekend while travel hazards abound. There's going to be a huge swath of wintry weather across the upper Midwest as it heads towards the East Coast, which means more traffic accidents and more danger. There was the snowfall this morning. And of course, we're not going to get a future map here, but we do have the models, so we'll get to them in just a few seconds here. Winter weather advisory, 3 days of snow chances. For Iowa, we're blocking you, Waterloo. Utah ski resorts experiencing good fortune as more precipitation hits the state. And we'll look at just some of the bases at local mountains. 72 inches at Beaver, 44 inches at Bryan Head, 78 inches at Brighton. That's 6 feet 6 inches. So a lot of the ski resorts experiencing amazing conditions. Recent winter storms a boon for snowpack, but more snow couldn't hurt in Washington state. They were at a huge deficit until last week's record snowfall. And now they're sitting just above 80%, and they could use a little bit more. And that's coming. When we check the models, it's coming in a big way. Heavenly Ski Resort employee third to die at Lake Tahoe area over the weekend. Now, no information coming out from this brand new member of the ski patrol who died on his own in a very difficult area on the backside of the mountain. He might have got impaled or something. Who knows? Well, we may never know. Now, the models we will know about because we can look at them. Look up at the Pacific Northwest and take a look at British Columbia. That is a lot of snow for Washington state. Look at that. The first system is going to move through the Midwest over the next 48 hours. There's your Friday. Into Saturday, it starts hitting the Northeast through your Sunday, which will be a fun day skiing up in Vermont and upstate New York, Whiteface Mountain. Hello, Gore, the Hula Boo. Best double diamond on the planet. Look at that heavy dump of snow there, just north of Lake Erie, Ontario. Yes. So we're going to have a heavy snowstorm there, probably in Ontario. It could get scary out. And then a second system moving through the Midwest and the East will bring more totals. And then that southerly storm I was talking about, look at that in Appalachia there. West Virginia picking up maybe 2 feet. And this will be sometime the first weekend in February. January 31st through February 2nd is that event. So those are the models. The South and Central Sierra is also picking up general heavy snow in the mountains of the West. And Arkansas might even get a little tippy touch of snow. Say it ain't so. I just said it. Now let's look at the Iguana Apocalypse and any future apocalypse that may be occurring. There we can see the events. There's the Iguana Apocalypse down in Florida. And we'll just move the temperature sim through. It was colder in Florida. Take a look. than it was all the way up here in Canada. See that? That's crazy. And parts of Montana. That is that meridional flow and the jet stream breaking down, bringing the warm air all the way up north and the cold air all the way down south. And so this cold pattern will continue for a bit, and there will be some chilly nights in South Florida, especially as we get towards February. Here we can see some of that cooling coming into the east. February 2nd, February 2nd, February 3rd. And the country as a whole is going to be frigid. Look at the temperatures up here in Wyoming, -8. Anywhere we get that big purple blast coming down in Minnesota, we know it's going to be cold. So we're going to be watching this closely as February promises to be a very cold month. Heavy rain in the northwest, winter weather from the Midwest to the northeast. Heavy rain in the Pacific Northwest will force sharp rises on the rivers flowing off the Cascades, where a flood watch has been issued. That's this green zone up here. Winter watches and warnings throughout. Click on your county for more information on the situation. Sounds like there could be some devastating flooding there. Hello. The day Kentucky shook, UK seismologist analyzes the Tennessee earthquake. This is the 3.8 we reported on as part of the uptick in the New Madrid seismic zone. Because anything in that within a few hundred miles of New Madrid would be related to that seismic zone. And they concluded it is a rare quake. Wow. Just not the frack quake that we... Anyway. Seismic update. Puerto Rico. More aftershocks, 3.3 just kicking off. 2 slightly substantial quakes, a 5.6 in Turkey earlier today, and a 5.2 in Iran. Nothing substantial except for potentially a 5.6 in Kamchatka, which could signal more eruptive activity, and the Aleutians are rocking as well. So there could be some eruptions happening there. I'm pretty sure we can check right now. Worldwide Volcano News Update. Dukono, 6,000 feet. Reventador, 19,000. Explosive activity continues there. Kluchaskov, blowing to 22,000 feet in the last 24 hours. And that's the Aleutian piece and the Kamchatka piece up there. Now, 2020 tidal eruption, geomorphic change is observed by synthetic aperture radar, or SAR. What happened there? Oh, man. Work with me. Okay, we're back. I had a little bit of technical difficulties here, moving the... Anyway. This is basically the deformation of the ground as a result of the tall volcanic event. And we'll leave you links to this below. This is using satellite imagery to determine what went up and what went down. Ups in the red, downs in the blue. And you can see there's been a lot of deflation here to the south and inflation to the north and west. That's... Now, what are we looking at here? Australians warned of possible deadly spider bonanza. There's the spider bonanza in question. An Australian funnel web spider seen at the reptile park, January 3rd. Now, Australians already reeling from months of devastating bushfires have been warned they face a potential bonanza of super dangerous funnel web spiders. What could get worse? While experts have voiced fears that the bushfires have killed as many as 1 billion wild animals and pushed as many as 100 species closer to extinction, the deadly spiders are apparently thriving. And those with arachnophobia are apparently moving. First fires, then floods. Now Australians need to watch out for deadly funnel web spiders, experts say. We're going to be doing a funnel web spider update with Giles from CF Chingara. Maybe. I just made that up. California considers declaring common painkiller carcinogen. This is acetaminophen, a carcinogen. I didn't even have to rhyme that. Why economists worry that reversing climate change is hopeless? Because it is. You can't reverse something that naturally occurs because it doesn't have a forward, so you can't reverse something as... Anyway. Thank you, economists. China's coronavirus death toll rises to 17, heightening the global alarm. The first confirmed case in the U.S. we reported on yesterday, and Trump says it's totally under control. That makes me feel safe. Alzheimer's disease linked to exposure to aluminum. And I don't mean chemtrails, I mean the aluminum. Like aluminum cans, if you drink a lot of cheap beer, if you like to lick aluminum siding and dust and such. But without the aluminum in the brain tissue, there can be no Alzheimer's disease based on the study. So aluminum is the key. Avoid it at all costs. Don't be drinking out of those tin cans. Orange dwarfs could be the best place in the universe to look for aliens. That and Tyler's website or his YouTube, which has apparently gone dead because the feds are after him and he's getting DUIs and beat up and stuff. NASA committed to finding life in the universe, and the new evidence shows they might be best suited looking at Goldilocks stars. Well, I can't even believe that that is like a breakthrough. Do we have science? Or is it something else these days? Now, one of our subscribers sent me a video to a very uninformed human who claimed that the Carrington event was made up in 1990. Now, first of all, this is impossible. But what actually happened was it was named the Carrington Event in 1980-something. And it was named the Carrington Event because here you're looking at the original essay, Descriptions of a Singular Appearance Seen in the Sun on September 1st, 1859, published in 1859 by R.C. Carrington. He didn't name the event. People named it after him in the 1980s. And then it shows up in encyclopedias in 1990. But prior to that, it was called the Solar Storm of 1859. And I will leave you links to the actual article that describes what happened on the sun that day and why it now the Carrington event, which was named in 1989 or something, is now the most studied and written about of any solar storm ever. And it is referenced quite heavily. And there are other papers coming out in 1859 as well about the same event. So don't believe the hype. It's a sequel. I don't know what's going on. Oh, there we are. Inner complexity of Saturn's moon, Enceladus, revealed. Now, Rex Bear and I have been talking about how this planet definitely has something going on under the ice. And if we were able to land here and drill through the ice and get into this inner sea here, we would probably be eaten by some kind of a huge dragon or something very bizarre. But Enceladus, yes, that right in there, like swimwear, because it's an ocean, is where you're going to find it. The aliens. That's where they are. Enceladus. Many other places. Read the article and get smarter. China releases huge batch of amazing Chang'e 4 images from the moon's far side. The far side of the moon is becoming less mysterious as pictures come in. The CGI imagery is amazing. It's almost like I'm in a Kubrick film here. Look at that, how they put the tracks in and everything. That's amazing. Kind of looks like the moon landing. Can you imagine if I flip by here and there's like a dude standing there? Far side of the moon. And that's a boom. You know what else is a boom? Beyond Meat Barfs after Burger King cuts Impossible Whopper price on slowing sales. No one wants to eat this crap. And that's what happens when no one wants to eat that crap. It goes down the crapper. And that's a barf. A boom barf. Universe today. There it is. The next star to supernova before our very eyes. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice is continuing to dim. It's down to 1.506 mag. Keeps getting dimmer, and everyone is wondering what exactly that means. Well, what it means is that the luminosity is getting less, and it's becoming less luminous. Villanova University astronomers Edwin Guyan and Richard Wasmernock were the first to report Beetlejuice's recent dimming. In a new post in the Astronomer's Telegram, the pair of astronomers report a further dimming of Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. They also point out that although the star is dimming, its rate of dimming is slowing, as if it's reaching a point of boom time. Hope you got something out of the video. I'm about to go and cut Leah's hair. Yes, I watched many YouTubes, so it should be quite interesting. We love each and every one of you. All the people that stepped up, almost 20 new Patreons in the last 24 hours. Thanks for sharing these videos. We need you to share these videos so that more people know what we are about and we can get them on the right page. Preparing with us. Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. We love you.